Okay, if everything has gone according to plan, we should be live on YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome to Weekends with Avrona. Again, this time it's the CES post-show. You probably remember we did like a very quick episode just before the CES, talking about some predictions, some of the stuff that's going to be featured, stuff like that. And this is basically just that, but after the show, you know, like a post-show. So no special guests, no nothing, just kind of a very short show talking about what was actually shown off at CES. And I am so mad I wasn't able to go, because I thought that May is just going to be dumb AI stuff, and granted there was a lot of that, but there's also a lot of actually still really awesome stuff like every year. So maybe next year will finally be the year when I'll be able to go. But anyway, let's just get started, shall we? Starting with something I really don't have much to say about. I kind of just put it here for completeness' sake, but yeah. RTX Photo Super Series. You can watch my other videos I've done about this already. You can watch my whole live stream of the CES keynote from Nvidia. That's still up on the channel. I live streamed that. The only one I didn't live stream from the big three is Intel, because it was happening really late into the night, and it was just supposed to be some like mobile chips as well, just from the consumer PC side. Which, don't get me wrong, some like really powerful laptop chips, that's cool and all, that's really awesome, but it's just not worth staying up until like 1 AM to watch, so whatever. Yeah, Nvidia Super, really cool, more performance for less, a bit weird that, you know, why can't we just get better pricing from the beginning, and the fact I recently bought an RTX 4080 still stings, but whatever. I suppose I could tell one of the reasons why I really wanted to buy, you know, an RTX 4080, not even an RTX 4090, and specifically the one I have, is because of the just absolutely amazing job that Avrona did with the RTX 4080 water force. Like that thing, if you haven't seen my my water cooling build video, that thing is stunning. And I don't think they actually released, last time I checked, I don't think they're doing an RTX 4080 Super version of it, which is weird, because this thing was so difficult to get. I think there's only 2 of them left in Europe, as far as I could tell, up for sale when I was buying it. So I thought, like, you know, looking back when they announced RTX 40 Super and all the rumors about RTX 40 Super started to prop up, I thought that they were just, you know, discontinuing it because they're getting ready for an RTX 4080 Super. And then they didn't drop an RTX 4080 Super variant of the Waterforce WB, so whatever. I have a relic now, basically. You know, an antique that very few haven't made of and you can't really buy anymore. I only wish I paid less for more performance with the RTX 4080 Super, but whatever. Like I said, if you want my full opinions on this stuff, it's in the live stream. Like I said, I'm still not fully sure if they're going to continue making RTX 4070 and 4070 Ti. I really should look into it. If, oop, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, if they are still doing RTX 4070s and 4070 Ti's, obviously they're going to require price drops because the new super variants have the same prices, but whatever. I'm just me repeating myself. AMD next. Please tell me who the Ryzen 8000G is for. Don't get me wrong, okay? APUs are fun. They are really fun to play around with, especially when you have really good graphics, but I don't know, I still really can't find much sense in this Ryzen generation. One, they are making the naming scheme confusing again, right? The reason Ryzen 7000 is Ryzen 7000 is because they were trying to unify everything. That's why they skipped a generation from Ryzen 5000, then they did mobile 6000, and then everything on the same architecture, mobile and desktop, was on Ryzen 7000. So they promised, well, not promised, but, you know, they said that they are, you know, just making things simpler. And then they go and make this on the exact same architecture, Ryzen 8000G. Like, I did a video about this recently, about why it's technically, you know, why Ryzen 8000G is classified more as an APU, and why they're pushing the graphics so much, even though the Ryzen 7000 series all are APUs, they all have integrated graphics. And by the way, I am doing a video very soon on the performance of the integrated graphics on Ryzen 7000, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. Basically, the difference is that the graphics here are basically good. They showed off Cyberpunk 2077 running The resolution is very low. I couldn't tell exactly what the resolution was. I don't think they said, but it was pretty low. But you do get CPUs like, for example, the 8700G, which is going to be 8 core, 16 thread, basically core parity with Ryzen 7000, but with really high-end Radeon graphics all packed onto the same chip. But that isn't the only thing that makes Ryzen 8000G stand out. If you just want like a good, affordable chip with integrated graphics for gaming, because you can't afford a graphics card in this market, that's good enough. You know, you get some pretty decent pricing. I mean, an 8-core with really good integrated graphics and a 65W TDP for $329. That's a steal. However, there's also another thing. You see this column right here, MPU. That's right. All of these brand new CPUs also have an MPU on top of a really good GPU, a neural processing unit, basically an AI accelerator, complex. Obviously, this is supposed to be more of a test to see if people care, a test to see if people actually want to use this kind of stuff in a CPU, and if the test goes correctly, even if it doesn't go correctly, we are obviously going to be getting integrated MPUs at this rate with Ryzen, what's going to be Ryzen 9000 now, next series proper Zen, like mainstream Zen. We are obviously getting MPUs with that. And this is obviously just kind of testing the waters a bit. So let me know, actually, do you care about having an MPU in your PC? Obviously, right now, there's not much I would take advantage of it, at least on the CPU side. On the GPU side, I mean, we already see what Nvidia's doing with Tensor, with all the kind of AI accelerated stuff, with DLSS, and everything else like that, and all of the stuff you can do, like Omniverse. That is really, really awesome, what they're doing with Tensor cores right now, what we can do on the CPU side. I don't know, but with the market going forward, with AI being so omnipresent for better or for worse, it's there, It's going to be really interesting when stuff like Microsoft Copilot land in full with Windows 12. If, for example, Copilot runs on the cloud, is there an option to run locally with one of these MPUs or stuff like that? I don't know. You let me know what you think of all of this. But, this is actually my first time looking at some of this pricing, and honestly, it's not half bad for, basically a CPU and GPU in one. Again, time will tell if the performance of it is any good. As far as I can tell, AMD still doesn't know I exist, so I won't be getting these for review, but whatever. Anyway, what is next? Ah, yes, this. Am I going crazy, or is this some weird Ponzi scheme? Okay, these AI companions are dumb enough already, right? But this one being as big as it is, with so many people claiming it's the next big thing, are they all being paid or something? Because I honestly can't, and I really agree with the people here. Yeah, the music is cool, the rap is cool, the color red is cool, but what does the product do? And I agree. However, as far as I can tell, it's basically just an AI companion that probably does everything your phone can already do, and it's just another thing you have to carry on top of your phone. And keep in mind that companies like, sure that there is maybe some exclusive AI stuff that this thing can do that your phone can't do yet. The key word there is yet. We already have the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event coming on the 17th, which, by the way, I'll be live streaming on this very channel, and they're doing a whole Samsung AI thing there. That in itself, I think, is going to make this product obsolete. Again, I really have no idea how this gathered 7.6 million views. Well, okay, I know how to gather 7.6 million views, because people are just confused about what this is, so they're just rewatching the ad over and over again, trying to understand what this product does, but, like, I don't understand it's the fervor with which some people talk about this thing. Like, it's, I'm getting a kind of like NFT crypto flashbacks, and that's basically what this product is as well. Anyway, Razer announced a chair with haptic feedback, a vibrating chair. And for me, okay, again, I'm kind of just going into this blind for the most part, and I really don't care unless it can also do like unless it has like a massage option. Then it caught my interest, because imagine like a really nice comfortable gaming chair that also does like haptics in games. but also there's like a massage function. Very cool. But as far as I can tell, no, it's mainly just for immersion and haptics, which I don't really think is that good. I don't get me wrong, for immersion, it'll be fine. However, do you want like your chair shaking when you're playing some like game or something? For some games, I guess, I don't know, like really immersive games, it could be fine, especially for like sort of like horror games. But for stuff that requires accuracy, I think it will be more of a hassle. It just kind of looks ugly. Because they just took a normal Razer chair and just attached a thing, like a module on top of it. And if they integrated it better with the actual chair itself, that would be cool. I guess what's nice is that it's basically optional and you can just attach it to any chair. So actually, I think that would, now that I say it, I think that would be the best solution. If you already have a chair, you can just buy this module itself, attach it on top of it, and boom, you have a haptics chair. Alternatively, what I also think they should do is have just a standalone chair that has all of this built into the framework of the chair itself. I mean, I've recently bought a Razer chair, really comfortable, and I definitely wouldn't trade it in for a haptic chair right now. But I would be tempted just to buy one of these modules if it's like cheap enough to see if it's if it's nice to have. But it is Razer, so it probably won't be cheap. I have been trying to get stuff from Razer. I did get a contact from Razer at LTX, but seeing how LTX was like 7 months ago now, and I still managed to do anything with them. I mean, I guess that shows you how slowly things are going on that front. Anyway. MSI Claw. What is with the trend of these handheld PCs? Don't get me wrong, the fact that there's so much power in such a small thing is awesome. The fact it runs on Intel, it's all just Intel Arc, isn't it? Like, from what I could tell. Yeah, running on Intel Arc, that is awesome. Like, that is actually really awesome. But why? Why not just play games at home on a larger monitor with better hardware? I don't know. I never understood. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do own a Switch, but I never use it in handheld mode. I really use it on TV on a much larger display. Granted, it does kind of have its own downsides on a large display, especially on Switch. You can definitely see the low-res graphics better. I mean, worse. You can see exactly how old the hardware is, but you still get my point. They talk about how like immersive and everything is, 120 hertz. That's pretty cool, but like still, it's just such a small screen, and you just really can't get as immersed as in front of a really large display. Doesn't have to be 43 inches like what I have, but just a nice high-res big desktop display, a nice decently enough spec PC trumps this. And I know it's just about having fun on the go, and I know people are already typing furiously in chat, well, it's just so you're not bored, but okay. But riddle me, I'm planning a whole video on this, okay, so I'm probably going to do it on the Avrona channel, so definitely subscribe to that if you aren't already. But riddle me this, why not play games that were made to be played on mobile, right? Instead of playing these really beautiful immersive experiences, play something that doesn't require much else than a phone. Play, I don't know, Flappy Bird, whatever people play on their phones nowadays, I don't know. I basically quit gaming at all on my phone 8 years ago. Now pretty much the only thing I do while out and about, I rarely even do that anymore. I can rarely leave the house, as that sounds, but I mainly just play music on my phone, listen to music. So I'm definitely not the target audience for this. I really don't get this trend in mobile gaming, but again, maybe it's just because I don't leave the house. If I was a person with an actual social life and I had places to be, maybe the story would be different. But anyway, that's the same thing. Finally, one of the things that really caught my attention, even though we kind of had demos of this before, the transparent micro LED displays from Samsung, and I believe LG. I think LG showed it off as well. These look absolutely awesome, and I know I've seen some people saying, "Oh, what another use of that? Why would you ever want to have a TV in your home that's transparent?" However, that isn't really the use case, okay? Sure, having a transparent TV, there could definitely be some other use cases where that could be used. Like here, for example, like you want some stuff behind the display as well. We want to have some physical stuff as well. It could be a really interesting way to merge displays. You know, you have some kind of, you need a display behind that displays something. You can have this in front of it. You know, so it's kind of like a semi-transparent GUI kind of situation, but in, you know, hardware form. That could be cool. That could be cool, but it's mainly gonna be used for stuff like advertising. They're kind of showing off here, you know, having stuff behind the screen, having a kind of a model object or something to sell behind the display. Then you kind of having ads on the actual display itself. That is gonna be awesome, and even just for really just cool artistic things, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for this kind of tech to become more mainstream. It's probably just going to be a few more years. Imagine just having like full windows of this, you know. Imagine just having entire shop windows be this, just be a TV, and you can have your windows be anything. That would be absolutely awesome. But anyway, those are kind of just my highlights from CES. Maybe, hopefully, if things really go well, maybe we'll be able to go to CES next year, even just to Computex in May. Even though that is fast approaching, and I still have no plans to go to Computex, you can help make that come true by even just supporting us with $1 a month on Patreon. And there's also plenty of other ways of doing that. If you're planning on buying anything at all from Amazon, then Amazon links will be down in the description below. Literally, if you buy anything, then we get some money back. That gets reinvested straight back into the channel. There's also YouTube memberships where you get exclusive videos every single month, and that should be even more common in the near future. I'm hoping to turn that into every single week soon. And I mean, that's about it. There's plenty of ways you can support the channel, and hopefully we'll be able to go to Computex and CES going forward. Let me know what you think about all this stuff from CES this year. Let me know what your favorites are, but for now, that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Where on earth is my special button for ending the live stream? There it is. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.